Hello and welcome. This is James Blanchard Cisneros at your service. Today I'll be reading the July 7th Daily Inspirational Message, the condensed version. It's 2 paragraphs long. Then I'll center myself, say a little prayer, and then make a few comments on the message. And if you find the message of use, please be so kind as to like the video. Thank you for that. Here we go. The title: Lifting Ourselves to a Higher Level of Consciousness. Paragraph 1. Each step along our path has been co-designed with the divine. Each step along our path is here to help us recall and share with others the truth within us all. What occurs during our day is what we have chosen to experience in order to help us grow, heal, and awaken. We have done so to help us align with our eternal essence and nature. Each moment is one that we are presenting to each other. Gratitude, not judgment, is the appropriate response to such gifts. Imagine shifting your perception so that the present moment is appreciated instead of judged and condemned. Imagine being able to replace the moments that were once filled with thoughts of anger, resentment, and revenge with forgiveness, peace, and gratitude. How would your life and the lives around you begin to shift? Paragraph 2. Today, let us raise our level of consciousness by choosing to react to each moment with gratitude instead of judgment. Judgment of one sort or another is always the ego's programmed response to any situation. Judgment is a sign that we're under the ego's control and are thus sleepwalking through life. Judgment is a sign that the ego, not our true self, is living our life for us. Gratitude is a sign of our trust in God. Gratitude reminds us that the journey we are on is the one that we have co-created with God. The response of gratitude helps bring peace to our mind and joy to our hearts. Peace, joy, gratitude, all are align our minds with the mind of God. Peace, joy, gratitude, all lift our level of consciousness and helps us become a brighter light. By becoming a brighter light, we help remind others that a higher level of consciousness is always, thanks to free will, just a simple choice away. All right, lifting ourselves to a higher level of consciousness. All right, let me make 5 points today that I trust will assist both of us in the implementation of this daily inspiration. Point number 1. Let us, before every interaction, set our goal. Okay, our goal today is to, in each moment and situation, raise our level of consciousness. So what does that mean? It's really going from fear to love, from judgment of self or others to forgiveness, from condemnation to compassion, from anxiousness and fear to trust and peace. And so that's what we do. That's our goal in each moment. Okay, before every situation approaches, say to yourself, okay, my goal is to raise my level of consciousness. That's my primary goal today in each interaction and situation. That's point number 1. Point number 2, okay, how do we begin to do that? Okay, let's simply be silent. Okay, be silent. Silent the mind, and then listen. Listen to the situation. Listen to what's going on. Listen to what's being said and how it's being said. And then offer that expression of love that the moment seems to be requesting. And so if people are in judgment, condemning each other, be a light for them. Show them a way to forgiveness, a way to greater compassion and understanding. Be that light for them. And so that's in point number 2. It's a way to help us lift our level of consciousness is simply by listening. Pause. Don't talk so much like we all love to do. Instead, listen. Be a listener. Listen to what expression of love the moment and those individuals seem to be requesting in their own unique ways. And then offer that moment, that expression of love that only you can offer because you're aligned with God, with your highest level of consciousness. And so that's point number 2. Let us be better listeners. Point number 3. Okay, how do we again aligned our minds? Point number 3, we practice aligning our minds with the mind of God. So how do we raise the level of consciousness? Obviously, the highest consciousness is the mind of God, right? And so why don't we try to align with the mind of God? And so how do we do that? When we don't quite understand what to think, say, or do, let us humble ourselves. Step back. Invite God in. Love in. Jesus in. The Buddha in. And simply ask them, love, what would you think, say, and do right now? And then think, say, and do only that. And so you're not thinking, you're not saying, and you're not doing anything. You're just allowing perfection, love itself, to think, say, and do for you. And so you're just a conduit. And by doing so, you align with the mind of God and you raise your level of consciousness. And so in point number 3, we can raise our level of consciousness by simply choosing to align with the mind of God, by being humble, humbling ourselves, humble the ego, and say, you know what? Well, let me ask somebody who's maybe a little more clearer than me right now. If I don't know what to do right now in this moment, or how to answer back in this moment, it's okay. It's okay. Step back. Bring God love in. And do only what love would do. Love in its expressions. Do only what compassion would do. Do only what peace would do. Do only what joy would do. Because all those are expressions of love. So anytime you're doing that, you're allowing love to flow through you. Okay, that's point number 3. Okay, point number 4, how do we raise our level of consciousness? Is we become aligned with the state of gratitude. In this case, in point number 4, we are grateful to God. We are grateful to God because we know that whatever's happening in this moment is happening to help us grow, heal, and awaken. And so in point number 4, we trust God that no matter how dark or challenging the ego says that this situation is, step back from that battlefield. Step above it. Understanding from this place of self-awareness that this is happening only to help you grow, heal, and awaken. And so no matter how dark or challenging or rough the ego says that it is, or how unlucky you are to be in this situation, no, that's the ego's thinking. You're not here to align with the ego's mind. You're here to align with the mind of God. Raise your level of consciousness, not lower it to the ego's pit. And so in point number 4, we become grateful to God, understanding that each moment and interaction is here to help us grow, heal, and awaken. And so no matter how difficult the situation may be, and the ego says, oh, well, you're experiencing this because you're not spiritual enough, or you're not good enough, or you're not whatever enough. That's the ego's speaking. No. You understand, you have a knowledge that this is a situation you can use for good. Because God being love, God being all, every situation must be in some way, shape, or form here for your good. Because God needs you to be the light of the world. So He's not going to put situations that are going to dim your light in your life. He's going to help you see that these veils are not really true. That you can lift these veils of judgment, of anger, of resentment, of jealousy, of hate. You can just place those veils aside and see what's really happening here. This moment is being created for you to help you lift those veils so that you can become the light of the world that God created you to be. And so in point number 4, just thank you, God, for this situation. Because I know this situation is here for me to help me grow, heal, and awaken so I can become the light of the world that you created me to be. Thank you. And in point number 5, we are grateful to our brothers and sisters, those people who are in our lives and are helping us experience what we are experiencing. Because if they weren't there, we wouldn't be experiencing whatever it is that we're experiencing. And so in point number 5, we thank each person involved in the situation. It doesn't have to be out loud. You don't have to say, thank you, brother, for acting in a way that makes me judge you, and then seeing that judgment is not what I want, and so I forgive that judgment of myself, and so I lift that veil, and I can become a brighter light. So you don't say all that. You just recognize, okay, my brother acted in a way in which my ego was demanding that I judge. Okay, I've played that game 1,000 times before. It brings me nowhere near the state of peace. So you know what? I'm not going to do that. Instead of judgment, I'm going to offer forgiveness. I'm going to offer compassion. I'm going to offer understanding. And in doing so, I lift that veil of judgment. I release that veil. Let it drop away. And in doing so, my light is able to shine through. And I can become that beacon of forgiveness to my brother and sister. The beacon of understanding where they can see a better way to the light in them. And so in doing so, you fulfill your mission as the light of the world. And so they, in some way, shape, or form, are helping you fulfill your function as the light of the world. They're helping you remember that you're not here for judgment, or anger, or hatred, or resentment, or revenge, or jealousy, or fear, or anxiousness. You're not here for that. You're here to be the light of the world. You're here to be the loving light of the world. You're here to be love in physical form. You're here to love through compassion, understanding, peace, joy. You're here to be that light. And those brothers and sisters are simply helping you practice remembering who you truly are and who you no longer need to be. You no longer need to support anything that does not support you. Anything that does not support the light in you, that does not support the light in you shining brighter, it's not something that you need to support any longer. You simply lift those veils and become who God created you to be, the loving light of the world. Okay, thank you very much for your time. I love you very much, and if you can be so kind as to like this video, that would be lovely. It helps with the listening process, and God willing, we'll see each other tomorrow. Peace.